What we're going to talk about today is mainly stuff that would be used for fire starters for your camping, and it's wet wood or damp wood. And what I'm doing right here is petroleum jelly on a cotton ball. You just rub petroleum jelly into it, and we're going to see how well that burns. We're going to compare it to these other things. I have laying here a corn chip, duct tape. I saw something the other day that talked about dried orange peel, so I decided to get a hold of some orange peel. So I got some dryer lint here, and dryer lint is going to be more for getting your first spark, your first flame. And so I guess I'll start with that, and I'll show you kind of how this works. You've seen these. You can see how a good spark thrown into it. Now if I took some leaves, some dry sticks, some really fine stuff shaved up and put that on there, I could get a wood fire going off of that. I'm going to try the orange peel now and see how well that works. This is dried. I've heard this smells very good when it burns, so I have a lighter and I'm going to use that to see if I can get this started. I don't know what it will take, but I am going to apply some fire. This is my first time doing this, so I will adjust things a little bit. See how well this burns. I understand that there's oil in the orange peel, and this orange peel snapped really easily, like it was nice, it was crisp. Yeah, it's not as quite as crisp as it was earlier. It might be a little bit damp, I don't know, but we will do what we can to see if we can get it to burn. But I'm starting to think there's a lot easier ways to start a fire. So I'm going to count that as one of the hardest ways to actually get a fire going. If I have a source of fire, a match or something, and I have duct tape, this is what you get with duct tape. Now this is cheap duct tape. It might make a difference. Okay, once you get it moving, you see how that burns and burns. Obviously there's some plastic or something in there that... So a nice chunk of duct tape and a match, and you should be able to start putting sticks on that. Get a little fire going. Then I'll show you what a corn chip will do with the source of ignition. It's a whole lot easier to bring corn chips with you on a camping trip and keep out a few of them. So if you had corn chips and you had you had wet conditions and you wanted to make a fire, all you would need is a corn chip, a match. Then you could add corn chips on top of this in order to keep the fire going hot until now the duct tape is still burning nice and strong. So that little puddle of plastic is going to keep burning for a while. So I like the corn chip. The tortilla chip is very impressive. Just 1/4 of one tortilla chip has given me a pretty good flame. I'm going to show you the cotton ball, and that's one of my favorite ways. But I have to tell you that I don't spend a lot of time starting fires with strange fire starters, because I try very hard to make sure that I've got artificial, that is Bic lighters, gas lighters, matches. I tried very hard to make sure I've always got those around everywhere. But there's our corn chip that burned. There's our little puddle of of duct tape that burned. This is a cotton ball soaked in petroleum jelly that perhaps has given us the biggest flame and the longest burning flame. It seems to me that only in the most extreme conditions would you or should you have to worry about dealing with things like this, because matches and Bic lighters and all kinds of easy fire starting methods are available, and I just try to make sure I've always got those around. Well, I smell the orange peel and it doesn't smell that great. I'm ruling orange peel off of my list of fire starters. Not as long as I got corn chips around. I have lots of trees around my property, and I have good hardwood to cook with, and that's what I prefer to cook with. I use charcoal too, and I'm getting old. I actually occasionally have thoughts of a gas grill. But anyway, I just try to use the resources that I got on my property, and there's a lot of wood. So I break up sticks, and people ask me about things like this. They ask me how I know what poison ivy looks like, or they ask me how I know how to build a fire or something like that. And the easy answer to satisfy most people is the Cub Scouts. Now, they assume the Cub Scouts is the Boy Scouts, and if you know the Scouts, then you know that I didn't make it to the Boy Scouts if I have to say Cub Scouts. But that satisfies most people, but the truth is they don't teach you fire starting in Cub Scouts. You get an idea. I might have had some inkling of it, but it's just something that has interested me over the years. Thanks for watching Dad's Knives. I hope you'll subscribe and comment on this. Thanks for watching.